Howdy. I just feel like a howdy. Good morning.
It's Curt and Jen in the Morning Podcast. Thank you for being here. We love our crew. We love our village. We love our tribe.
We have to think of what it's called because you can't be like the Curt and
what
Jen
is
Army.
it? What do we call all of us together?
The cult of Curt. No, that's
no,
bad. That's
I don't
bad.
like that.
I don't like that either.
I'm super excited because it's Amazon Prime's big deal days today and tomorrow, and I've already bought stuff, Curt.
Me too. We're bad.
No, we don't have jobs, but we're buying stuff. It's good to buy Christmas presents right now.
That's actually true. And we're helping the economy.
There's some really good deals,
When the economy bumps back up, you can thank Curt and Jen. It's us. So, yeah, that's going on today and tomorrow.
And go Kraken.
Go Kraken. First home game is tonight against, today actually at 1:30 this afternoon against the St. Louis Blues.
Oh.
You like that?
I like
Blues.
it. Curt has season tickets. This is why it's exciting. He's one of the biggest Kraken fans in the whole wide world. So this is a big deal.
This is awesome.
And Curt has a very big day today, by the way. Curt, you're doing a lot of things. You're doing the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to the Kraken game. And then you're hosting trivia at Sean O'Donnell's in Everett.
That's true. Thanks to Sean, by the way. He called me up last week. I'm not going to be able to make it on Tuesday. Can you do trivia? It's like, sure. Why not?
That's awesome.
And I should point out as well, no guarantees, but maybe pay special attention to the podcast today. Who knows? Some of the stuff we talk about today might end up as a question tonight for trivia at Sean O'Donnell's. This is the Everett location.
This is a little nod to the people that listen.
Yes, it could be.
The Everett location, because they have multiple locations.
And our team, you're not going to be there, Jen.
Whiskey Business. I have a
Business
dinner.
will be there, and they are not getting any I don't even have advanced knowledge of the questions. So.
Okay.
Or we're not, they'll be sitting way far away from me. There'll be no hand signals or banging on garbage cans to tell them what the answer is.
Okay.
Astros. Sorry.
Okay.
Also today, how does your toothpaste squeeze go? That's enough of that.
There are some things to be said about that. Are iPhone and Android users compatible for love?
iPhone user and Android loser. Sorry, that was
iPhone and Android users compatible for love?
There we go. Things ER pediatricians would not let kids keep in their rooms.
This is based on what they see coming through the ER.
And they see a lot.
Yes, they do.
And I think that's about it until we get into what's going on today.
Well, but there's so many birthdays.
We decided to do birthdays today because they're, for whatever reason,
a lot of celebrity birthdays fall on today.
8th. Yeah, so we're going to go through them.
It's crazy
relatively
to me.
quickly. I don't know what was, but you mentioned that this must be from people getting it on after the holidays.
It's like,
right?
they're going to keep this New Year's resolution to have more sex, and they've made it a month.
Right away. So, Angus T. Jones, he's the half man on 2.5 Men, or was before he found religion.
Okay, didn't know that.
He's 31. Bruno Mars
is 39. I thought he was older.
I don't know. I didn't really have an opinion.
Okay,
on that,
keep going through him.
Nick Cannon, maybe the only guy on the planet who can say he got it on with both Kim Kardashian and Mariah Carey.
Oh,
host of The Masked Singer.
Yep.
He is 44 today.
Matt Damon's 54. We know Matt Damon. He's also known as Jason Bourne.
And of course, Teddy Riley is 57, Teddy Riley.
I don't know who Teddy Riley is.
Prepare yourself.
Okay.
He's a producer, but he was in Rex and Effect. So there you go.
Rex and Effect.
Shake your rump, everybody.
Robert Cool Bell from Kool and the Gang. He's the Cool from Kool and the Gang.
He's 74. Are you starting to feel old yet?
No, not yet.
Sigourney Weaver is 75.
Ooh, that's a big one. I hope she's having a real big party.
She was in Ghostbusters as Dana. And real quick story about me. The very first date I went in with Dana, and people have asked me this. When
Your
you met
wife,
her,
Dana?
Yeah,
Okay.
my wife now. She said, did you do the line from Ghostbusters that Zool says, there is no Dana, only Zool? I did do that line, and Dana was like, I've never seen Ghostbusters.
Oh my gosh. Has she sensed she's met you?
I think so, but you talk about a big fail.
Dana.
There is no Dana, only Zool. Chevy Chase is 81.
Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee is 85.
There's all.
That's a lot of celebrity birthdays.
Mm-hmm. So happy birthday to all of them.
And at you too, if it's your birthday. Do you squeeze a tube of toothpaste from the bottom to the top, or top to the bottom, or from the middle? What do you do? How do you do it? It seems like very simple to me.
It looks like I'm thinking.
There's an efficient way to do it.
It looks like I'm thinking because there's smoke coming out of my ears. So there are three options: bottom, middle, and top.
Well, here's the deal. There's a poll that asks, this is legit, 30,000 people how they squeeze a tube of toothpaste. And almost, out of 4 people?
3/4 of people, 72%.
Said that they, from the bottom of the tube to the top, which makes the most sense.
Right. And at some point, you're probably going to have to do that because when it gets down to the slim pickings, you got to sort of squeeze it up and get all of it out of there.
But 1 in 5 said they squeezed the toothpaste from the top of the tube.
And I think, if you have a big enough tube of toothpaste and you can actually do the middle drives me crazy because, I don't know why. I got to think. Maybe it's a thing.
So if Dana squeezed from the middle, would you go in and fix it? Like,
yes.
I always run it across the counter edge.
That's
do you?
a great idea.
I do that.
That works very well.
Make the most, get the most out of my toothpaste tube.
Well, I can't hardly blame her because there is no right or wrong, but I'm like, oh, this makes me crazy. I'm just going to... I'm not that OCD.
The other question that was asked in this little survey that they did is how much toothpaste do you typically use?
My wife loads it up. I just do a...
Like a little string of it?
I guess so.
When you say Dana loads it up, is she like pumping it out and it's like going like swirly on the toothbrush?
Like a soft serve ice cream?
Yeah.
Not that bad. But
okay.
It seems like a lot. And I don't know. Maybe somebody knows the answer to how much toothpaste is required.
Oh.
Should you be like foaming and like drooling it out of your mouth or?
Huh. Okay.
Oh, this is right here.
This is how people answered that question. I'm just going to say it. 28% of people said they squeeze about
a full brush length. I guess just the brush head.
Toothbrush length. Yeah. Of the brushes,
the
bristles. Yeah.
31% say about half a brush length, and the final third says less than that, about the size of a pea. I'm probably half a brush length.
Okay, let's go to. I want to look up something. We should have looked this up. Why do we do this during the show? Why? I want to look up how much toothpaste
you're supposed to use.
How much? Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, I would say there's the small percentage. 5% said they are really skimpy. They use an amount of toothpaste on their toothbrush about the size of a single grain of rice.
The recommended amount of toothpaste to use is a pea-sized amount for adults and a rice-sized amount for children under 3.
Oh, okay. So that's not so crazy.
A pea-sized amount is all you need for brushing your teeth, not a whole...
Right. Or rice. It's pea or rice, people.
Pure rice. Pure rice. This is very interesting to me because this has crossed my mind.
What's that?
If you're an iPhone user, would you date an Android user? And here's the thing. I am an iPhone user, and you know this, Curt, about me. I love FaceTime. Mm-hmm. And if you're an Android user, my Android friends, I cannot FaceTime.
Android doesn't have their version?
Well, you can't cross.
You're right.
Commingle.
You can't commingle.
You can't commingle your phones.
One or the other.
So it makes it difficult.
Well,
so anyway, they asked this question. I mean, how divided is the country? And we're not talking about politics. We're talking about phones.
So they said more than 1 in 5 iPhone users admit they look down on people with Androids. I don't have an opinion. Use whatever phone you want. About 2 in 10, they say that they think less of someone if they see a green text bubble come through.
That's funny. Oh, they don't have an iPhone. Okay, here we go.
And about a fourth of people say they'd never date an Android user. This is their iPhone users.
About 1 in 4 people would not date an Android user.
That seems kind of sad. If you're compatible, sorry, let me see your phone.
It's funny because in this article it says it's pretty unfair since Androids are superior in so many ways. Ask anyone with an Android phone, and that's true. Like our friends Carrie and Randy, they're Android users and they swear by them. They're
and a lot of people,
this is how it's at. This is how it is.
We'll go to other phones, and that's fine. Just so they don't want to, fall in line. Okay, I'll get an iPhone. I mean, they feel kind of like their hand is forced.
Yeah,
they're so popular. Anyway, I use iPhones because that's what I know.
I don't know that it would affect my dating. I would be very disappointed because I wouldn't be able to FaceTime. So that would be like we need to figure out something.
But let's not be so judgy. But that makes a good point. If you're dating someone, you want to be able to FaceTime, and you can't. Well, I'd say you'd get to a point in the relationship. Maybe one would switch to the other's platform.
I don't know. Do Android phone users have something like FaceTime, their own version of FaceTime? Or do they need to use an app? Let us know, because we're not Android users.
And we keep asking questions.
Randy, I know you're listening. Tell us
the answer to.
Tell us the ways.
Yes, please.
This I love. It's funny, but it's about Richard Simmons, who died.
Away. He passed away, July 13th from a heart disease and complications from recent fall. But
his brother Lenny let everyone know that Richard was buried in his classic workout gear
So that's
to
the red
help.
and white striped pants.
Yes, and the tank top.
Whatever.
To help get angels into shape.
I love this line. Just like Clark Kent, underneath his beautiful things that he was wearing, his clothing, Richard was wearing, is a tank top and shorts because they did this because they think God has another plan for him. What you just said, right? The angels.
We want to make sure that he was going to be in his normal costume that we all know and love to help the saints and the angels get into shape. Richard Simmons will forever be sweating to the holies. You get it? If you're not familiar, it was always Richard Simmons sweating to the oldies.
To the
and
holies.
now it's the holies.
Yeah.
I love that.
What do you want to be
just keep
buried in?
I want to be cremated.
Oh, okay.
Just burn me
What
up.
do you want to be cremated in? Guess it doesn't matter. All right, talk about this TikTok table pancake brunch hack, which is all about sharing. So right away, you're really happy, Jen.
I already knew about this. I just didn't know it was called the table pancake.
Okay.
Here's the deal. It's when you're at breakfast and you're trying to decide, gosh, do I want pancakes or do I want like that's more on the sweet side or do I want savory?
Right.
You don't have to choose. Get a pancake, or in our case, we usually like get a cinnamon roll with the big cinnamon rolls and put it in the middle of the table. Everybody can share it. It's like breakfast dessert. So everyone can share the sweet and have the savory if they want.
So isn't this like a giant pancake where here's what I thought you were describing. I thought so it would take care of everybody. You'd have a pancake that a quarter of it had blueberries in it, another quarter. Okay, and that's not it at all.
I mean, you can do that, of course. Yeah, because if people want like bacon, eggs, and hash browns, but they just want a little bit of pancake, that's what it's called a table pancake. But I'm just saying, like, our version of that is like a cinnamon roll. You put it in the middle of the table, share it so that you get your little bit of sweet, but then you can also have your traditional.
Put it on a lazy Susan. You can spin it around. People can get there.
However works for you, but that's what it is. TikTok's table pancake.
It says another option is to wait and order the pancake after your food arrives. Then it's like a breakfast dessert you all get to share. Let me say,
eat dessert first, people.
I eat when I do get something with pancakes, I eat the pancakes last because it does seem like a dessert. I'll take care of whatever.
No, but then they're not. I try to get a bite of I have to eat my food hot, so that's why I eat so fast because I don't like cold food.
No cold food.
No, and if you're gonna wait to eat your pancake, let me tell you this: you should put the butter on it at least so it's melty.
Immediately with the butter.
Yeah, Pat and I are on the same page with it's got to be buttery, yummy goodness, and I love that so much about him. He gets me, and I get him.
Everybody knows that, by the way. Okay, it could be your special thing. Airhead's candy. All right, Airheads.
Oh, this is good.
They, of course, they're known for their delicious sugary treats, Airheads, but they're releasing now. We'll get to the whole story here in a second. But I'm just going to say it.
So we're talking about Airhead's candy.
Airhead's candy.
Yes,
they're releasing a Halloween-inspired foot spray.
Their commercial. If you have a chance to look at their little commercial that they put together for this,
called "Trick or Treat, Smell My Feet."
I mean,
I guess the can for this foot spray is shaped like a foot. And it's supposed to smell exactly like cherry-flavored Airheads. I guess the idea was born out of that trick-or-treat, smell my feet.
Give me something good to eat.
So,
if you don't, I don't care.
I don't know the rest of it.
Something about your underwear.
Okay. This is supposedly so trick-or-treaters will use this before they go out. So when you have to smell their feet.
For a treat.
It won't be bad.
This is so silly. It's so silly, but it's so funny because when I was watching the commercial, I'm like, kids will rarely walk long distances, but when it comes to candy, they will. The commercial's like they will walk 1.25 miles
on average. A trick or treat,
right?
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious.
So if you're one of the last houses on their route, on their beat, you're going to get some smelly feet.
Right.
Or maybe you just like the smell of cherry Airheads.
It's really when you get home and they're taking off their shoes and the parents are like, oh my God.
Airheadsfootspray.com if you're interested in that.
You can sign up. Oh, you can sign up to win a can next Monday. So you can't buy it? This part we don't know. Maybe you just have to win it.
things we don't know.
Okay, sorry.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying to both of us. We get halfway through the story. Like, what about this part?
I'm going to enter to win.
Well, just go to airheadsfootspray.com. How about for more details?
Yes.
For more details. Our topic we told you to chime in on from yesterday.
I'm doing that, Jen.
What would be your Google search for is it weird to blank?
Or is it weird if I...
Yeah, they had, Google released their top word searches for Is It Weird? And it was things like, is it weird to go to a bar alone?
Yeah.
Is it weird to go to a concert alone?
Or the movies alone, or
Right.
a restaurant alone, or is it weird to talk to yourself?
These were the Is It Weird top searches for 2024. So we asked, well, what would your search be if you had to say something like, is it weird if whatever? And thankfully, these did not get too, graphic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Randy, I love this one because you can relate to this. Is it weird to put spaghetti in chili? And he said, if it is tough, I'm still doing it. But that's a thing. You were talking about
Well,
this,
I don't
right?
know.
Isn't it like a...
I need to talk to him and see
it
if
a
he's
Midwest,
doing Cincinnati style chili, which is like Skyline chili, Gold Star chili, where basically it's just chili, not like you'd think of with the beans and stuff like that. It's more like a
meat chili.
Yeah, I mean there's some beans
It's a
in it as well.
beanless chili.
Right, but it goes over the top of
Spaghetti.
pasta. Yeah. So I think that's what he's talking about.
But Jackie, my roommate, said it was chighetti.
Chighetti? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Chighetti.
Chighetti.
Bridget, when answering the question, is it weird that I would Google, is it weird that I only buy Halloween candy for myself and not for the kiddos?
No.
No, that's
I'd
not
say
weird.
no.
That's
Are we
normal.
answering these questions?
Well, if we have an opinion, I suppose. I do not have an opinion on.
Debbie said, is it weird if I give my friends my favorite dishcloths as a gift? Absolutely not. I love giving favorite things as gifts. I want to get people's favorite things because that means it's
I'm
tried and
assuming.
true.
So
Tried and true.
used gift cloth, used dishcloths. I can say it, dishcloths.
Dishcloth?
So you're going to say, here, I've used this for a month and a half.
Not her
Enjoy.
used ones, her favorite dishcloth. So she has a favorite dishcloth and she's buying that version of her favorite.
No, I think she's saying I'm going to give my favorite dishcloths as a gift after I've used them.
No way. I don't.
Well, it wasn't specified.
Okay.
So, all right. Ben in Kirkland, is it weird that I'm attracted to women who are much older? I don't
No,
you're
like,
attracted to who you're
love
attracted
is
to.
love. Whatever.
Exactly.
Do what you do. You.
How about Tim's thing? This is kind of odd.
Is it? This is.
Well,
Is it weird that I'm moving in with my ex-girlfriend's sister, who I'm not dating? We're just really good friends.
now,
Yes.
hold tight. Jen Pirak. Well, you know how tough it is to find roommates, and you know how tough it is to get, finding your place to rent. So I think if you have somebody, maybe the ex-girlfriend's sister already has a place. She's looking for a roommate. It's like, you know what? I'm friends with Tim, even though they broke up.
Well, you better just be darn sure that your sister's okay with it, because you don't want to divide your relationship with your sister because you're moving in with her ex-boyfriend.
Yes. So I think that the ex-girlfriend and the sister need to have a chat and see if it's cool.
This is what we should do. We should have people email us their conundrums that they're in, and then we'll weigh in.
You just took a weird right
I know.
turn.
Sorry.
We'll bring
Keep
it up some
going.
other time. Okay. Aaron said, is it weird that I talk to my dog more than humans?
You would say no.
No.
No, not at all.
Dogs always listen, and they usually don't talk back.
Rachel said, is it weird that I do my housework in the nude?
Nope. Not at all. That's not weird. What about you, Jen? Is it weird? Yes. I'm going to hit the new button. Thanks for your Is It Weird search subjects. We appreciate that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Things ER pediatricians would not allow kids to keep in their rooms. And this is all based on what they see
In the ER.
on the regular comes through as injuries
Right.
that have to do with bedrooms. Unsecured dressers, bookcases, and mirrors. Like, you really need to attach those to the wall. Like, they need to be secured to the wall so they don't tip over on them.
That
That's
is
the
important,
thing.
because that wasn't a thing when I was growing up. Not that we're ancient, but I know that they never had brackets or whatever. to attach
No,
to the
but
wall.
now they do.
That's
They're
good.
easy to get.
How about toy chests with heavy lids?
Now, here's the thing with that. My brain immediately went to, if they get trapped inside, they can't get out.
Oh.
So there is that for sure, but it's also their little fingers.
Sure, that's
get
what I was
caught
thinking.
in there.
They get
yeah.
scrunched.
Yeah.
Bunk beds. The ER pediatricians say no bunk beds.
Well, that's just it's just
You fall out.
kids are prone to falling, and that's what happens. They fall out of it.
Plus, if you're on the upper bed, you think you're superior.
Yeah, long loose cords.
Mm-hmm.
They get wrapped around necks, people. They get wrapped around body parts. It's just not good.
There's actually little tags on there
those,
saying,
yeah.
"Hey, be careful if you have kids," especially like on your blinds. You know, the drawstrings and stuff like that. Electric heaters or space heaters, obviously.
I mean,
would think.
not only burning their skin, like if they get too close to them, because they're not aware of that stuff, but also if they have like blankets or toys that get there, then fire.
hazard.
Yeah, fire.
Same thing with floor lamps, I guess, because of two things: they can tip over and injure the kid.
That's
or
exactly
they can
right.
Tip over and maybe
And the light bulbs are hot enough to burn them or something else.
Okay. And weighted blankets, a favorite of mine, but not good for kids.
Not good for kids.
Because they come in like, you can 5 pound, 10 pound, 20 pound. I don't know how big they go, but even a 5 pound one.
It's suffocation.
Yep.
Because it's too hard for them to get them off. Even though it seems like it might be easy, it's not for them.
Okay.
So
thanks for the ER docs.
I like that.
ER
I thought that was
pediatricians.
good little, just so you know. And if you're maybe past the parental parts of your life, if you're a grandparent, it's good stuff to be able to keep in mind when you have your grandkids at your house.
It is Sober October. I didn't know that, but it rhymes, so I guess I should.
It's also Rocktober.
I was going to say, I thought it was Rocktober, but it's Sober October, and about 1 in 10 Americans say they're participating in Sober October this year. Another recent poll found about 4 in 10 adults don't drink at all. So if you combine both of those...
Like ever?
Right, they're just not drinkers.
Okay.
So if you combine those, almost half of the country is not drinking this month.
Great.
It's about 50%.
Good. That's healthy.
So. Well,
and there's lots of mocktail options.
Yeah, this says avoiding booze is trendy thing to do right now because young people, in part, aren't drinking as much.
Well, they're smart. I mean, we talked about this. What was it yesterday? The other day we talked about. It's just not good for you.
Your liver will thank you for not drinking.
Yeah, it is just ultimately not good for you. It tastes good. I mean, I love me a good craft cocktail.
Yeah, but you can have the craft, like you said, you can have it without the alky.
Yeah, the 0 proof cocktails. Yeah.
Would that be okay with you?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I'm gonna tout Cameron, my favorite bartender. Mm-hmm. He makes a great, whether it's mocktail or cocktail, he does it up right. And my friend Lori and I were talking about this. Like, if I'm gonna drink, I need to make better decisions about it, right? Like, I'm just gonna drink when I know it's gonna be really good. Like, it's a slam dunk.
All right.
Like, maybe it's only when I go to Crowbar.
Right. But
just don't go to Crowbar every night.
The drinks. Yeah, but the drinks, I mean, you're going to, well, I guess this is just the way it is. And I've wondered about this as well. So I'm going to have a 7-Up at a bar.
Yeah.
And it's going to go, what, $3 or whatever the case may be?
Yeah.
And then if you put a shot of whatever in that 7-Up, now it's $13.
Yeah.
That's math.
Yeah. I mean, cocktails are expensive. Drinking's expensive. We went out to dinner and it's like, oh my God, we spent $60 on 3 drinks.
It's a strange thing if you don't drink or if you stop drinking for a while or for whatever.
Let's say some US dollars.
If you go to a restaurant and the meal costs, say the meal is whatever, it's $24. You get the bill. How much is it? $24. Wow.
Yeah.
Instead of 40 or what it used to be. So
hopefully you feel smarter now. This was a short one, Kurt.
It is a short one.
That's not what she said. That's what you hope she doesn't say.
All right. Since it is Amazon Prime big deals right now, we want to know what you would not normally have purchased, but you went ahead and bought anyway because it was a Prime deal.
We want to know about your Amazon Prime big deals that you took advantage of, because it's not only today, it's also tomorrow. So maybe those deals will last. I think some of them are lightning deals, right? They expire pretty quickly. But like, tell us what you're buying so that we can buy it too.
Lightning deal seems that would be encouraging you to buy quickly so you don't have time to think about it.
Yeah. It is.
You think they considered that at the Amazon?
No, not at all. No marketing research went into that.
Already this morning, just so you know, when we're getting together, show prep, getting ready for the show, Jen's like, hey, go to this thing.
Go get this. This is a great thing for Dana.
And buy me one too.
Well, because it was a lightning deal and I could only get certain amounts.
That was a candle melter.
Yeah, there's this yes, it's a lightning deal. I don't know when you're like, depending on when you're listening to this, it's one of my new favorite things. My friend Jeanette gave it to me for my birthday. It's a lamp that warms your candles and melts them so it smells pretty. It's flameless so you don't have the risk of fire.
You get the delicious smell of wintergreen.
It's on a timer. It's good. It's good. Right. Good.
You don't have to light it. So that's what we want for tomorrow. What did you get? And you know what? You could say nothing, which is probably going to be a popular answer.
I mean, no, I want to hear the deals. Like,
all right.
Yeah.
Here, Jen, you have to have this.
We hope you have an awesome day.
We do hope you have an awesome day.
An awesome Tuesday, and your week's off to a great start. Make good choices, find joy, spread kindness.
Thank you for listening.